Hello everybody, my name is Rascal. Welcome back to another episode of OathBreakers. This is going to be a fun one because if you guys recall, Ika and myself did a recent Magic Corner episode talking about the different philosophies of Magic the Gathering, and Captain Wilhelm and I recently did a video on the basic concept, or at least the extras, of red. And why not make an OathBreakers episode out of that? And here we are!
Hello everybody, my name is Jasper. I'm pretty sure you guys recognize me already as the best Magic player here on the channel. And we're doing interviews outside for a change today because it's nice out.
Hey everybody, my name is Ika. You guys probably recognize me a lot from the channel here, from the skit, helping Rascal out on some videos. So I know in the update video, there were two choices on the update video, Jaya Ballad and Chandra. So, which one did you guys pick? If you guys picked Jaya Ballad, you are correct. And for the signature spell, if you guys guessed that one correct, it was Lightning Bolt. Although in this case, it is Hadouken! Like I said, I want to stick to my roots, and the best way to stick to my roots is to, well, be a spell slinger deck. But this time, I don't need to be color fixed anymore. So basically, what my commander wants to do is not only one, provide me mana so I can cast more spells and more instants and more sorceries, but she also allows me to help filter my hand for anything that I don't need. And with that ultimate, spells are going to be flung.
So today, my commander is Chandra Pyromancer with the signature spell, Flaring Pain. This is Hateful Haste. What I want to do with this deck is just beat my opponents and just attack. Because a big embodiment of red is aggression and fighting. Today, we're going to make sure Ika and Rascal know the true meaning of a fight.
Today, my commander is probably going to be a surprise to no one, considering the first time I appeared on the show, I played colorless. So let's continue that colorless train, I should say. Meet Derevi, Scrap Savant with a signature spell, Galvanic Blast. This deck should be surprising no one that it is artifacts, because red loves artifacts. Hopefully with Derevi's plus ability, I can discard powerful artifacts into my graveyard to draw some new cards. With his minus ability, I can be able to recur those powerful artifacts I discarded just by sacrificing a lonely little token. And that ult? Well, let's just hope that we never get there, because that is a game-winning ult. Alright, take two. Mr. Roboto, fight.
Ding ding, let's go.
Alrighty, you guys ready to go?
Let's fire things up.
Burning daylight, let's go. Alrighty, looks like I'm starting first. I'll go ahead and draw for turn since it is multiplayer format. And I'm going to start off with a mountain, surprising literally everybody since I'm actually playing a color this time. And you know what, I kind of like memory lanes, so let's go ahead and freely cast an Ornithopter. I swear, Ornithopter is Ika's most favorite card. Can you play something else, Ika?
An Ornithopter that we've seen, like, back to back, at least. Come on, man, pick a different strategy.
But I'm going to go ahead and surprise the lot of you because it's not staying around for long. I have a turn one play. So I'm going to tap one and I'm going to play Gleeful Demolition. I destroy target artifact. If I control the artifact, I create 3/1/1 Phyrexian Goblin creature tokens. Since the both of you have nothing to target, I can only target my Ornithopter. So my Ornithopter is going to die. And I'm going to get myself 3/1/1 red Phyrexian Goblin creature tokens. Bam. Oh yeah. 3 creatures, 1 mana, and only cost me 1 artifact. That cost me 0 to cast. And with that, I shall end my turn.
Alrighty, I shall draw the first turn now. I shall play a mountain myself, and while mine turn one isn't going to be as flashy as yours is, I'm going to tap 1, and I'm going to play an Impulsive Pilfer. Whenever it dies, I create a treasure token, and I'll pass it off to you.
Alrighty. I don't think my turn one's going to be as great as yours, either of yours, so I'll just draw my 1 card for turn. I'll play a mountain, and I'm going to do absolutely nothing and pass. I shall untap on my turn and draw. I'll play a mountain, and I'll pay 2 for a Reckless Fireweaver. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under my control, a key deals 1 damage to each opponent.
Okay, so the Reckless Fireweaver might be a little bit of an issue.
Alrighty, I see no reason to wait since this is the red episode. Rascal, I'm sending 2 1/1 red Phyrexian Goblins your way. And Jasper, I'm only going to send you 1. Go to blocks.
You know what? I'm actually gonna take it.
And I have no blockers, but I do have a response. Oh yeah? You guys aren't the only ones with a 1-drop. Take this! I am going to top 1 and cast Shock. Well, I mean, he is a spell slinger deck, but really, Shock? It couldn't have been your signature spell, Lightning Bolts? First instant of the game, I'm going to deal 2 damage to one of them, so that way I don't take any damage. Well, I'm still going to take a point of damage, but at least I'm not taking 2. Oh, okay, well, 1 dies. But you still take 1. That is correct, I still take 1.
Well, and I said I declared no blocks, and I don't have a response like that, because I am tapped out. So I guess I, too, will take 1.
And that will be my turn. Pass to you, Jasper.
I shall untap, nothing in my upkeep, and then I shall draw for turn. I'll go ahead and play a mountain, and then I will tap 2 for a Valley Dasher. It has haste, it's a 2/2, and it has to attack each turn if applicable. Sorry, Rascal, but you're really the only one who's open, so I'm going to attack you with Valley Dasher for 2, and you know what? I want my Impulsive Pilfer to die, so I'm going to go ahead and send it your way, Ika.
Well, I can't block since I have no blockers, so I opt not to block, not because I don't have blockers, but because I don't really want to block. And I'm just going to let the damage through so you don't get the satisfaction of it dying. So, I will take 1 damage, and I take 2.
And with that silly combat out of the way, I will pass to you, Rascal.
Alrighty. I shall untap, full turn, there we go. I shall draw this top mystery cardo. Ooh, very nice. I shall play again a mountain, and I'm going to pass again. Yep, and I'm going to pass again. So, Rascal again plays a land and passes. Alrighty, my turn yet again, since it's still scary that a mono red player is passing the turn, but I got points. Alright, I shall untap, draw for turn. Okay, first I shall play a mountain for turn. Then, we are going to have some fun. I'm going to pay 1, and I'm going to play the Beantown Beat Stick. Equipped creature gets +1/+0 and has menace, and whenever it deals combat damage to a player, I create a treasure token. But the main thing is when it enters the battlefield, Reckless Fireweaver is going to trigger, and it's going to deal damage to the both of them.
I go to 23.
And I go to 21. Alright, next I'm going to pay 2, and I'm going to play an Arcbound Ravager.
Ooh, that's pretty.
It enters in with modular 1, so it enters in with a +1/+1 counter, but again, Reckless Fireweaver will deal damage to the both of you. Alrighty. Move to combat because I can. Jasper, you're wide open and at the second highest life total from mine, so I'll attack you with all my creatures for 3 damage in total.
I can't block. I'll take 3. And then he has the nerve to attack me, the aggro player at the table. The nerve.
And with that, I shall pass the turn to you, Jasper.
I will untap my creatures, and then I shall draw for turn. First, I shall play a 3rd mountain, and I think I need to up my damage a little bit. So I'm going to tap 3, and I'm going to play Ferocity of the Wilds. It's an enchantment. Not attacking non-human creatures I control have +1/+0 and trample. So that means my Impulsive Pilfer is a 2/1 with trample, and when it dies, I create a treasure token. Unfortunately, my Valley Dasher is human, doesn't get the buff, but that's fine. He still does a lot of damage. And Ika, let's return the favor, shall we? I shall go to combat and attack you with both my Pilfer and my Valley Dasher.
Yep, so what, I take 4 in total?
That is correct.
Yeah, why not? I'm still higher than the both of you put together, so I guess I'll take 4. However, little did you know, I have a response. I am going to pay 1. I'm going to cast Hadouken, also known as Lightning Bolt, and I'm going to go ahead and target your face. So wait, you're going to deal 3 damage to me first. I take 3 Lightning Bolt damage and go to 21. Oh, but I am not done. You're not done? Yes. Before taking any other damage, I get to go ahead and cast Skewer the Critics, dealing you another 3 damage. Another 3? Okay then, I guess I go to 18. And, okay. Now you can go ahead and punch him in the face. Can I declare blockers now?
Yes, you can declare blockers, Ika. He was just thinning you out a bit.
I think I need to keep my Arcbound Ravager, but I can't sack, and I don't have enough artifacts to sack. Damn it. So, I guess then I take 1, 2, 3, 4, going to 14. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. That's my turn. Your turn, Rascal.
Alrighty-o. I'll untop. I shall draw for turn. I'll go ahead and play my 3rd mountain. And now I'll finally play a spell. You will? Yes, I will.
About time.
A heraldic banner, naming red.
It was a heraldic banner.
We were worried about a heraldic banner. Gotcha. That leaves it to you now. Ika, untap, upkeep, draw. Yeah. I'll play a mountain into a gold vein pick, dealing a damage to each of you. I'll tap 1 and I'll go ahead and equip the gold vein pick to my Reckless Fireweaver. So this way he's at least a little bit more strong. And only because you're open, Rascal, I'm gonna go ahead and attack you with everybody. Yep, 1-1 Arcbound Ravager, 2-1-1 Phyrexian Goblins, and a Reckless Fireweaver. 5 damage? Yep, 5 damage. Well, I can't block, sadly, so I'll take the 5. When the Reckless Fireweaver deals combat damage to you, I get a treasure token, which again will, because it's an artifact entry, will deal 1 damage to the both of you again.
I go to 17.
And I go to 13. And with that, I will pass the turn in hopes I get to stay alive.
Alrighty, I get to untap all of my pretty things, and I shall draw them. I can draw, there we go. We're gonna go ahead and do this. We're gonna pay 3. We're gonna play 2 for a Goblin War Driver, and we're gonna play 1 for a Glitter Fang. So Glitter Fang is a 1-1 with haste that bounces back up to my hand at the end step, and Goblin War Driver, whenever it attacks, all other attacking creatures get an additional +1/+0 boost. I don't think I have any good attacks here. Well, time to start doing aggro, I guess. Let's go, team. Yeah, you know what, screw it. We're gonna go towards you, Ika. We're gonna attack you with Valley Dasher, Impulsive Pilfer, and Glitter Fang. Impulsive Pilfer and Glitter Fang are both non-human creatures. They each get +1/+0 and trample, but Valley Dasher is a human, so he doesn't get the boost.
That's a lot of damage being swung my way. You really put me in a very precarious spot here. How much damage is that in total?
6 damage in total.
Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I am going to go ahead and sacrifice my treasure, signature spell, for a red mana, and I'm actually going to cast my signature spell, Galvanic Blast. Because I do have Metalcraft, I do have at least 3 or more artifacts, it deals 4 damage to any target. I will deal 4 damage to your Valley Dasher.
Well, Valley Dasher does not have more than 4 toughness, so he will be blasted.
And with all that, 1, 2, 3, 4 damage.
Well, I guess I have just to pass my turn. At the end of my turn, he has to return up to my hand.
Alrighty, now it's my turn. I shall untop my lawns, and I shall draw for turn. I was kind of hoping that would be a land. I'm going to tap 4, And I'm going to play Stormkiln Artist. Whenever it gets +1/+0 for each artifact I control, and whenever I cast an instant or sorcery, I get a treasure token. He's gonna get me treasure. Hopefully at this point, maybe I can try to come back. That's sadly my turn. Alrighty, I shall untap for my turn and draw the sacred card. Play a mountain. Then I think it's time. Alright, time to get him out. To play. Let's go ahead and play Duretti, Scrap Savant. He enters in with 3 loyalty counters. I'm going to uptick him 2 to discard up to 2 cards, then draw that many cards. I'm going to opt 0 cards to be discarded, so that way I draw 0 cards. We will do this. 2 very key things about on my board here. 1, I have 2 treasure makers on my field, which will deal twice the amount of damage for my Fire Weaver. I'm out of mana. I'm going to put my Reckless Fire. I'm going to see how well you want to keep that Stormkiln Artist, Rascal. I'm going to attack you with a 2/4 Reckless Fire Weaver. So I will go ahead and take the 2 going to 11. When my Reckless Fire Weaver with the Gold Vein pick deals combat damage to you, I get a treasure token. And then with that exact treasure token that I just created, I will add 1 mana to my mana pool, 1 red mana to my mana pool, sacrifice my treasure that I just created. You'll also both take a damage because of Reckless Fire Weaver for the...
I go to 16.
And I go to 10. And then with those 2, I'll equip the Beamtown Beat Stick onto my Reckless Fire Weaver. Gains Menace, and whenever it deals combat damage to a player, I get a treasure token. Alright, that is it for my turn, and I shall pass the turn to you, Jasper.
Boy, that Reckless Fire Weaver is becoming a real big problem. I'll untap. Well, it's not a land, but I think I'll just continue to set myself up just a little bit more. So, I'll tap 3, and I'm going to play a Witty Roast Master. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under my control, it deals a damage to each opponent. Okay, so Witty Roast Master and his Glitter Fang combo. That's actually pretty strong, considering that he can get actually a few extra licks in with the Witty Roast Master. And I know I'm going to be the aggro deck at the table, but I think I may have gotten your curse of being mana screwed. So I think I'm just going to hold off for just right now and say pass.
I shall untop and draw for turn. Haha! A land. I'm gonna pay 5. I'm gonna top for 5. So for 3 of it, I'm going to cast Gutter Snipe. I believe you guys remember this one. I'm starting to have wartime flashbacks from the last 3-person episode we did. And then for the other 2, I'm going to surprise you guys with the ducat. I'm gonna foretell this card.
Rascal foretells a card in a spell slinger deck with a commander that gives him mana.
I foresee everyone's destruction. That's a little scary. Then I shall simply pass. Alrighty. I shall untap to a scary field, and I shall draw for turn. I need to find something. So I'm actually going to uptick to ready 2, and I actually am going to discard 2 cards. Plodidium Mirror and Glittering Stockpile go to my graveyard, and I'm going to draw 2 new cards. Well, good thing is I drew a land, so I'll go ahead and play a mountain, and then I'm gonna play Rings of Brighthearth. You each take a damage because of Reckless Fire Weaver.
I go to 15.
And I go to 9. And you have the most life, so I think I need to do this. I'm gonna pay 3 and cast my signature spell again. Because I still have more than 3 artifacts, I will still deal 4 damage to any target, and I'm going to deal 4 damage to Gutter Snipe. Gutter Snipe? I think Gutter Snipe is by far the bigger threat. Alright, Gutter Snipe is destroyed. And now I shall move to combat. Because now you only have 1 defendable blocker, I will hit you for 3 damage directly with Reckless Fire Weaver. Help! Well, I guess I take 3. 1, 2, 3. And I'll go to 6. And whenever Beantown Beatstick and Goldvein Pick deals combat damage, I create a treasure token. Because there's 2 of them, I'll create 2 treasure tokens, which then will trigger Reckless Fire Reaver twice, so you both will lose 2 more damage.
I go to 13.
And I go to 4.
No. I'm down to 4. I'm down to 4.
And I will say go to you, Jasper.
Alrighty, I will untap and draw my 1. If I can draw my 1 card for turn, please let me. Thank you. I don't want to kill you. I really don't, because I really want to see this deck go off. But because of Witty Roastmaster, you're going to take a little bit of damage. Is that okay?
Be brief.
So, I'm going to tap 3, and I'm going to replay Glitterfang, and I'm going to also play Dwarven Berserker. Because of Witty Roastmaster, 2 creatures enter the battlefield under my control, so you each take 2 damage.
I go to 8, and I go to 2. I live?
Go to combat. Ika, you gotta die. Well, they don't call me the aggro deck for nothing. Let's go get Ika. So I attack you with Witty Roastmaster, Impulsive Pilferer, Goblin War Driver, and Glitterfang. Because all of them are non-humans, they all get +1/+0 and trample from Ferocity of the Wild. Goblin War Driver also gives them an additional +1/+0 boost because of Battle Cry. So you have a 3/1 with trample, a 3/2 with trample, another 3/1 with trample, and a 5/2 with trample coming your way.
Oh boy. Houston, that's a lot of creatures coming my way, and I don't think I can live. And they all have trample. Hey, vey. Alrighty, so I need to survive. How is going to be my biggest question. I'm going to sacrifice both my treasures to Arcbound Ravager. No mana, but just to Arcbound Ravager to give it 2 more +1/+1 counters. Giving it, in grand total, 3 +1/+1 counters, making it a 3/3. I will then go ahead and do the same thing with Wings of Brighthearth. Rings of Brighthearth being sacrificed to Arcbound Ravager for another 1/1 counter. So it's a 4/4. I think I have to. In order to save my own hide, I think I have to. I will sacrifice both Goldvein Pick and Beantown Beatstick to Arcbound Ravager for 2 more +1/+1 counters. So he is a 6/6. I will then block like this. I will block with Arcbound Ravager, with Witty Roastmaster, and both of my 1/1 Phyrexian Goblins with your Goblin War Driver.
Okay, so that means the only thing that gets through is the Pilfer for 3. You take 1 damage from the War Driver and no damage from the Roastmaster. So you take an additional 3. You Glitterfang that you didn't block, correct?
That is correct. Go to damage. Arcbound Ravager deals 6 damage to Witty Roastmaster. Witty Roastmaster deals 5 damage to Arcbound Ravager. Witty Roastmaster dies. The 2 Phyrexian Goblins and the Goblin War Driver trade, with me taking 1 damage to the Ferocity of the Wild's trample effect, because it is a non-human, and then I take 3 from the Pilfers.
He's down to 1. Yes!
I live!
And with that, I think you can finish him off now, Rascal.
With absolute pleasure. I'll go ahead and on top draw my last card for turn. Glory, hallelujah, tis a mountain. I got to do this dutifully, so I'm going to go ahead and top 5, and I'm going to cast my commander, Jaya Ballard. My commander enters in with 5 loyalty. I'm going to +1 hurt to 6. And I'm going to add 3 mana to my mana pool, but I can only spend this mana to cast instants and sorceries. I'm going to top 1 more, and I'm going to cast Goblin Wizardry. A couple things on cost. Stormkiln Artist will get me a treasure token, and then Goblin Wizardry resolves. I get 2 goblins with prowess. So with that, I shall pass my turn. Okay, I will untap, I will draw. I'm gonna activate Duretti, discarding a mountain, drawing a new card. I'll pay 2 and I'll pay the card I drew. I drew an Ichor Wellspring. 2 things. Reckless Fire Weaver deals the damage to each of you.
I go down to 12.
And you and I are tied at 1. Ichor Wellspring triggers. I will draw a card. I will play the card. Since I discarded the mountain, I will go ahead and play a mountain for turn. I will then sacrifice my Ichor Wellspring to, there we go, 2 Arcbound Ravager, so that way it can get another +1/+1 counter. And because it went from the field to the graveyard, I will draw an additional card. Let's see, your 1/1s can block because I don't have trample. You have something. I think the best choice right now is to pay 5 and recast Galvanic Blast for the 3rd time. I do not have Metalcraft, so I can only deal 2 damage to any target, and we need to bring you down some. So I'm going to deal 2 damage to you through Galvanic Blast.
I go to 10.
And this goes back to the zone for the 3rd time. I'm not going to go to combat, and I'm just going to pass.
I will untap. Please be a land. Please be a land. I shall draw for turn. I think the gods are smiling at me.
Why is that?
Land. I'm gonna pay 4, and I'm gonna cast my commander, Chandra, the Pyromancer. She enters in with 4 loyalty, and the best part, I have the best +1 ability that I can ever get. I am going to uptick her 1. It deals 1 damage to you. I'm gonna deal 1 damage to Arcbound Ravager, and your creature can't block. And guess what? That means you lose.
Well, I go to 0. I don't die to the aggro deck. I die from non-combat damage from the combat damage deck.
And darling, you're at 1 life. You think you can pull it off?
I don't have enough blockers in toughness to survive. I surrender. Nope, I will go ahead and concede.
Good game.
Good game. Good game indeed.
As it was destined, the aggro deck is again aggressive. Round 3 goes to me.
Honestly, I think this Spellslinger deck that I played today was far and away better than my last one I played with Ral and Double Cost. Definitely, this one was a really more akin to what a Spellslinger deck should be rather than what it wants to be.
I think overall, this deck was a lot of fun to play. It was very interesting at times for this game, especially with this deck, because it has high power but no toughness.
I think overall, this deck shined a lot, and I do mean like it shined a ton. That Fireweaver was practically the whole game entirely.
So it was really difficult to try and plan and coordinate attacks, at least a little bit.
I think if I had to change anything, I would have probably put more artifacts in the deck. While I had good artifact synergies, I think I needed more actual artifacts in the deck or something down those lines. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. No, Sascat. No. No, Sascat. No. I will close the door. No.